From flowers that smell like rotting flesh to one with an unmistakable monkey face, the natural world can occasionally be more horrific than any work of fiction. Believe it or not, some flowers might be regarded as a little odd among the world's most stunning blooms. Find out about this bizarre variety of flowers from nature as we bring you a list of 10 flowers with unusual forms. Number 10. Monkey Face Orchid. What will it take to convince you that a monkey's face wasn't hand-painted on these flowers? Known also as the Dracula simia, the monkey face orchid is another weirdly shaped flower that is native to Peru and Ecuador and blooms at elevations of 3,000 to 6,000 feet above sea level. This flower completely lives up to its name, as Dracula is befitting for its two long fang-like petals and simia for its looks, which bear an undeniable resemblance to primates. Although there are more than 110 varieties of this flower with different colors, sizes, and petal patterns, they all have that signature monkey face shape that is created by the way the petals overlap. Monkey face orchids are a cherished addition to any flower enthusiast's garden, as they bloom all year long and have a nice smell of ripe oranges. Number 9. Rothschild Slipper Orchid. The Rothschild Slipper Orchid is one of the 5 varieties of slipper orchids. It has long petals with stripes of a yellow, black, or reddish color. The 2 thin petals that grow horizontally from the center of the Rothschilds are what distinguish it from other slipper species. Also known as the gold of Kinabalu, this flower is also one of the world's rarest flowers since it takes 15 years to bloom and grows at elevations above 1,640 feet. And just like in the era of the tulip mania, a single stem of this flower is currently valued at about $5,000 or more on the black market. The Rothschild Slipper Orchid is only found in the Mount Kinabalu rainforests and is native to the Borneo Island in Malaysia. During its flowering season, which is in April and May, you can see these blooms in a closed-off area in the Kinabalu National Park. Number 8. Titan Arum. Titan Arum, or the voodoo lily, and of course the corpse flower, is one of the world's rarest flowers because it only blooms once every few decades. It is also more popular than the Rafflesia, as it has made both national and international headlines, and even starred in the Dennis the Menace film. You will also find no stalk, leaves, or roots on this flower, and when it comes to looks, it just has one petal, which is fashioned like a cone, and is both green on the exterior and burgundy red on the inside. Just like Rafflesia, it also gives off an unpleasant smell that is comparable to the smell of rotting flesh or meat to draw flies and bees for pollination. While the Titan Arum is technically not a single flower, it is actually an inflorescence, which is a collection of numerous little flowers. And of all flowering plants in the world, it boasts the largest unbranched inflorescence and can weigh up to 170 pounds or 77.11 kilograms and grow to heights of 7 to 12 feet. The Titan attracts tourists from around the world to the low-lying rainforests of Indonesia or the Sumatra Gardens for the rare sight of seeing this flower in full bloom. If you think this flower is repulsive, then you need to see the next flower, but you certainly would not want to smell it. Number 7. The corpse flower. The corpse flower, or Rafflesia arnoldii, which can grow up to 3 feet wide and weigh up to 15 pounds or 6.8 kilograms, is regarded as the largest flower in the world. Found in the rainforests of Malaysia and Indonesia, the name of this flower already tells you what to expect. The corpse flower is also unusual in quite a number of ways, with the first being its pungent smell. This flower releases an unpleasant scent when in bloom that is reminiscent of rotten meat. While this smell is definitely offensive to humans, it does a good job of drawing pollinating insects to it. The Rafflesia is also a parasitic plant that can only be seen when it breaks through the vines of its host. Hence, it has no visible stalks, roots, or leaves. Number 6. Hooker's lip flower. The brilliant red bracts of the Psychotria elata plant that looks so much like juicy lips have earned it the common name hooker's lips. In fact, these bracts, which should not be mistaken for petals, have made it to be considered the world's most kissable plant. The lush lips of this flower, which attract a variety of pollinators like butterflies and small birds, are only kissable for a few days before they open to reveal the little white and yellow blooms inside. The hooker's lips flower is endemic to the tropical areas of Colombia, Costa Rica, and Panama. It has also been placed on the endangered species list due to its appeal to collectors and the destruction of its natural environment. We sure hope we won't be kissing this unusual flower goodbye anytime soon. Number 5. Happy Alien Flower. The happy alien flower is another odd-looking perennial plant that is native to South America. They also go by chambermaids or Darwin's slipper flower, since it was discovered by Charles Darwin between 1831 and 1836. This flower grows to just about 2 inches and comes in a combination of orange and yellow colors with a distinctive white in the center. You will quite agree that Darwin's slipper flower looks like an alien with a cheerful expression or a maid holding a white empty tray. Local birds are attracted to this tray, which they consume and therefore collect pollen on their heads for a complete pollination process. Number 4. Snapdragons. Snapdragons are evidence to dispel any doubts you may have about whether flowers can give you chills. They are loved by many horticulturists and gardeners for their vibrant hues and fragrant flowers. However, not many are aware of the human-like skulls that are left behind after the blooming of a snapdragon. In fact, the flowering antirrhinum plant is actually the subject of a number of myths. Some cultures strongly believe that this flower had mystical properties that would bring luck to those who carried it, while others believe that concealing a snapdragon in one's clothing would make one more polite and pleasant. Despite the good things that these myths spell, there's no denying the morbid touch that this flower would add to your garden when it goes to seed. Number 3. The Swaddled Baby's Orchid. The rare Anguloa uniflora flower, sometimes known as the Swaddled Baby's Orchid, is indigenous to Colombia's Andes in South America. The flowers are open at the top, and the interior seems to look like a baby who has been wrapped in a blanket. This fragrant, large, waxy flower, which also has hinged lips, bloom in the summer and have a diameter of about 10 centimeters. In addition to their odd form, Anguloa flowers have an intriguing pollination process. Since the lips of the flower are hinged, pollinating insects get pushed up against the column of the flower that houses the pollen when they enter to drink the nectar. Number 2. Birds of Paradise. The tropical flower known as the Birds of Paradise is one of the most well-known in the world. This flower blooms all year and can grow up to 6 feet tall. Its orange sepals and blue petals, which consist of about 36 spikes, are intricately arranged in a way that resembles a bird in flight. Little wonder they are also called crane flowers. The Birds of Paradise flowers are actually fairly simple to cultivate and care for. Despite their exquisite beauty, all you have to do is to expose them to a bit of sunshine, warmth, and water when necessary. This odd flower is quite popular in Florida, Hawaii, and Southern California. In fact, they are the official flower of Los Angeles. Number 1. Black Bat Flower. The black bat flower is one of the most astonishing flowers in the world, since it has the most uncommon color for a flower, black. This flower, which can be up to 30 centimeters in diameter, is named after the bat because of its obvious resemblance to the world's only flying mammal. It also has stamens that are up to 70 centimeters long and droop like long whiskers. The black bat flower is found around Southeast Asian regions, including southern China, Thailand, and Malaysia. There is even a superstition concerning these black gems. It is believed that if you stare at these bat-shaped flowers for too long, the evil eye will begin to follow you. So if you believe in stuff like this, be careful not to admire them for too long. Beauty is often said to lie in the eyes of the beholder. As bizarre as these flowers look, and let's not forget smell, they're nonetheless eye-stoppers, and with every inch of them undeniably beautiful.